about a day and night. I feel like a king on a gas. Baby, can't help but stand. Such a rush, baby. When you touch me quick, baby. Such a rush, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Viva ENT. This is Johnny the Capo. And yes, it is such a rush to be live in the studio here in Seattle. And I'm here with my all-star cast, Mr. Brad Buckles, my co-host. Say hello, Brad.
How are we doing?
And my infamous co-host.
Hey, everybody. This is Becka Page. I'm back.
Excellent producer.
Eric C.C. Ryder. Good afternoon.
Now, if you're listening for the first time, I'm going to tell you a little bit about our show. We're in the entertainment industry, and we feature people that are in the.
Is that what the ENT means?
That's right, ENT.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if
some people might not have got that.
Now we're doing the night show theme, huh?
No, that's da, 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 da.
That's it.
That's a little different.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, we are in the entertainment industry. Mr. Brad Buckles is in the wedding expo industry plus entertainment industry. And, of course, the infamous Becka Page is probably one of the most popular corporate wedding DJs in Seattle without question. What do you say, Becca, on that one?
Jup.
Okay.
I love it.
Yeah, she does love it. And, you know, we feature rock and roll artists, rock and roll legends on our show every single week. We've had such a great luck attracting and getting rock and roll legends via our talent scout, Mr. Jerry Osborne, who's been doing a fabulous job for us.
Actually, unbelievable job. If you consider
job.
the last 2 or 3 shows we've had some of the best talent around.
Last week we had DJ Fontana, Elvis Presley's original drummer.
A couple weeks ago we had Hal Blaine.
Yeah, how was that for you?
That was marvelous and wonderful.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that was pretty. As soon as he got on the air with that big Southern drawl,
Did you get misty-eyed?
I did. I
You
teared,
did.
I think
He was having a moment.
I think I teared up a little bit. You know?
Yeah, I think he did.
For God's
That's
sakes.
happened before.
I mean, it's DJ Fontana. My God.
Blast back to your childhood.
Well, if you think about it, that original group that Presley had, Bill Black, famous on his own right,
Right.
Scotty Moore, DJ Fontana, first super hard rock trio in rock and roll history.
Absolutely.
They're the Led Zeppelin of their day, for God's sakes.
No, Led Zeppelin was the Elvis of their day.
Thank you so
You
much.
can't go backwards.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Well, you
you know,
have to
that's
say
why-
they were the original.
That's why I'm glad that I have you guys here, because I have my photogenic memory,
In your Philharmonica.
my
orchestras.
Philharmonica brain.
Oh, Lord.
So anyway, we also have from Grand Event Rentals today. We have my pal and buddy and a great guy, and I really do like Eddie. He's a cool.
You're having
guy.
Eddie on?
Eddie's
Oh,
on
my
the show.
God.
We're going
Eddie's
to interview Eddie here in a few minutes.
Have you been in the studio with Eddie on?
I have been in the studio with Eddie.
He's fun.
Yeah, he's a kick in the pants. Too.
We had a
Yeah.
conversation with him last night on how hard it would be to get him in a pair of tights. And he said, not that hard.
He's just so random. I love him.
Eddie,
Yeah.
for those of you who don't know, owns Grand Event Rentals.
Correct.
He's absolutely fantastic when it comes to events, whether it be concerts, festivals, walkathons, marathons, school events, all kinds of corporate events, and weddings. His company, Grand Event Rentals, produces some of the most extravagant weddings here in the Pacific
Insane.
Northwest. Yeah.
Really, really over the top.
Oh yeah, his portfolio goes back to the Olympics. He's been involved in the Salt Lake City Olympics. There's not an event that this guy doesn't.
Oh, he
do.
did the Paul McCartney and the Beyonce shows.
We
didn't
actually
he?
had a lot of fun doing that. Yeah, I was there for that. That was 30 hours of straight jaw-rocking entertainment.
That's crazy. Wow.
Never thought I could spend 30 hours straight up in a baseball field.
You did.
I did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a great concert, no question
Paul
about
McCartney,
it.
come on.
Paul McCartney,
Insane.
God,
Sir Paul McCartney.
Sir Paul McCartney.
And he was in perfect voice.
Oh yeah,
Perfect.
Yeah, he was a
Yeah.
perfect gentleman. He came in a helicopter for sound check.
Cool.
That's when about 20 minutes later Nirvana came on stage, and we actually had the Paul McCartney Nirvana sound check, which was
Did your brain pop?
It was pretty close.
Yeah.
It was pretty close. My favorite moment of that was when Paul McCartney steps in for Smells Like Teen Spirit, and the band counts it out, they play it, and then at the end of about probably a verse and a chorus, they go, yeah, that's pretty good. And they go, hey, that's not bad for Paul McCartney. And Paul McCartney goes, yeah, I've been playing for a while.
Oh my God.
It was cute. It was very nice.
It's crazy when you meet people that big, and all I have in the back of my head is like, play it cool, Becca, play it cool. Don't look like a crazy person. Kind of like when you go to a store and you go to buy something and they don't have it and you walk out without anything and you're like, pretend you're not a thief, just play it cool. You ever do that?
No, I usually go to the store and come out with a bag or two of things.
Yeah, but what if you come out
lately,
without
Paige.
anything? It's paranoia. It's like, you didn't steal anything, but you got to play it cool to get out the door.
I would think you probably might be smoking pot or something. I don't think normal people think like that.
Well, personally, I don't have an issue walking out without buying something.
True.
But for some reason, if I'm just buying one thing, I feel weird. So I usually end up
Or if you
looking
buy-
around the store for please, one more thing. that I could
Justification.
get.
Yeah.
It's like weird OCD that comes over me every
I
time
went
I'm
and
in
bought.
Target.
I went and bought one thing of Tide. That's all I needed. And I went in and I bought it at Target. And as I'm walking out, they don't give you a bag. And so I made sure I held my receipt up in the air as I walked out the door.
I am not a thief.
I do not want to be arrested for laundry detergent. But Johnny, it's not as uncommon as you think.
Well, I stand corrected.
Yeah.
Now, before, because Eddie's coming on after the first break, and I do want to mention the fact that Eddie is a member of the Saturn Barter Club. Mm-hmm. We have a new sponsor, Amanda Wong, Art of the Smiles. She is a member of the Saturn Barter Club, and she does everything. And she has a nice little commercial and to tell our listeners everything about what she does. And hopefully we'll get her on the radio show soon. But, Brad, I want to talk real quick about Wedding Expo, January 2016.
Well, thank you. We've got a massive Wedding Expo tour coming right around the corner, right after Christmas and New Year's, January 3rd.
Everybody just got engaged.
Yep. Most people don't realize that 70% of the brides that are going to get married next summer get a wedding ring between Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah, I yes.
So then January 3rd, we'll be at the Maidenbower for the Bellevue Wedding Expo.
I'll be there.
Annual Bellevue Wedding Expo.
I'll be there.
We have 2-for-1 tickets available at bridesclub.com right now. They will not last, so you better go get them now. Put them in the stocking stuffers for those you care about.
Especially for the Bellevue show, because it's a Sunday show.
I know, it's Sunday only. Last September, we had our first annual, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, big hit.
Do it
Smash
again. Yep, we're back because of that. And then, of course, the following week, January 9th and 10th, we go to the Tacoma Dome.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I love the Tacoma
I
Dome.
heard you're
What a venue.
sold out.
We are very sold
I
out.
heard you're sold out.
We are
Someone
sold
called
out.
me and said they tried to get a bigger booth, but
But
they could not because
That's right.
you are sold out.
There are no more.
Congratulations.
The January
There are no more.
The January
So-
Tacoma Wedding Expo is the show.
It is.
January 9th and 10th. That puts two shows, the first and second bridal show in the Puget Sound in our court. And then, of course, we go up to the Everett Xfinity Hall, Xfinity Arena, I guess we call it.
Nice
And,
venue, nice
yep.
people up there.
For my fans and friends that are listening from Honolulu, we then go to the Hawaii Bridal Expo over in the Blaisdell.
You talking about Rockahulu Baby?
That's it, right?
We're going to have a booth in that one
Yes.
just next year.
Now, can you sing Rockahulu Baby for us real quick, Paige?
Okay, so anyway, we're going to Hawaii because Viva Productions will have a booth in the Honolulu
Over at
Wedding
the
Expo.
Blaisdell.
I
Yep.
enjoyed
Okay.
that more than I probably should have. That was good.
That was really random, Johnny.
That was very
It was
random.
random, but man,
Well,
that's fun.
you could tell we're well rehearsed here at this show.
How many times have you been singing that in traffic?
Oh, shh, it's a secret.
But we ought to get Eddie to give his version of that.
Yeah, Eddie's not shy. Trust
No,
me.
he's not. So, other than that, then we come back in March and September, and the wedding shows are off to a run. But the bridesclub.com website has all the specials, all the features, all the specials from the vendors that you can buy at the show or before the show. And then, of course, discount tickets over at bridesclub.com.
That's fabulous and wonderful. Yeah, yeah. That Wedding Expo 2016, I can't wait.
Yep. And I should mention we have a new sponsor this year.
Tell me.
Gene Juarez.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Gene Juarez will be at all
great.
the shows doing all kinds of hair updos and makeup and a lot of fun things that they do.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a big fun thing.
So basically, you still have some spots in the Bellevue show and the Everett show, booth-wise?
Oh, yeah, we can always put a company in. Even Tacoma, even though we're sold out, there will be a cancellation or two.
Yeah.
We just got P.J. Hummel last night to commit to the
Oh, yeah.
Tacoma Dome
Oh
show.
my God!
So
there
we're-
goes the best booth award.
PJ was at the Saturn Barter Mixer.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that when Eddie gets on the air. But Saturn Barter, who's a participant on the radio, we had
Correct.
a big holiday party last year. All of us were down there at
Last
7
night.
a.m.
Last night.
Yeah, we were putting the show together and making sure it ran nice and tight the way it should. But we had a great time at the
Good
Mechanics
turnout.
Center. Yeah.
Good turnout, and you did a great job on the auction.
Well, thanks.
Yeah,
I'd like to think I can sell something once in a while.
I think you can.
Yeah, I'd say we did about $16,000 worth of something.
So,
Crazy.
Yeah.
so anyway, when are we going to feature the Narvel Fouts song? After break or right before?
Whenever you're ready.
I think probably right before Narvel comes on.
Sounds good.
And then right now we'll hear a word from our sponsors. And ladies and gentlemen, you listen to Viva ENT live on the radio from Seattle. And with our sponsors, guess what? We couldn't be here. So thank you, sponsors. Love ya.
Dr. Amanda Wong and the team at Art of the Smiles provides comprehensive dental services at affordable prices. Their convenient location in Federal Way and their extended hours fits the needs of both families and working professionals. Whether it's transforming your smile through some of their cosmetic therapies or simply having your teeth cleaned, Art of the Smiles provides individualized care plans that address your priorities and needs. Visit artofthesmiles.com or call 253-839-4048. That's 253-839-4048 for same-day scheduling. Most insurance is accepted, from cosmetic procedures to implant placement, molar root canals treatment, or wisdom teeth extractions.
Life's a celebration. Grand Event Rentals makes your event their top priority. They are your full-service, special event, and party rental provider, supplying everything you need from start to finish. Their professional sales team and event staff work with you to create your dream event. With every event, Grand Event Rentals customers' needs are the most important. Whether you're planning an intimate outdoor wedding or an elaborate black tie gala, the Grand Event Rental specialists make great pride in providing our event planning experience to help create an unforgettable event. Please go and visit the Bellevue showroom, Grand Event Rentals, or make a one-on-one appointment. Talk to them. They're trained, they're knowledgeable, they're event specialists, and they are going to take you through step-by-step everything that you need to make your day a success. Call Grand Event Rentals. Their number is 425-462-7368, or go to grandeventrentalslaw.com.
It's frustrating when your car won't start or just won't go, or you're locked out of your car and need to be somewhere. All Day Towing will take the frustration out of the situation with 24-hour service 7 days a week. They'll tow your vehicle safely to where it needs to go. Plus, they strive to reach you within 25 minutes of your call. When you need a tow, call All Day Towing at 206-695-2615. or 425-457-7788 for Eastside customers. All Day Towing. We'll be there. We promise.
Hi, everybody. This is Johnny from Viva Productions. I want to tell you a little bit about Elite Limousine. Right now, we have prom specials for 10-passenger stretch limousines, only $90 an hour. That's right, $90 an hour with the 4-hour minimum. 206-542-5733. Go to viva-productions.com for pricing.
Attention business owners. Experience a new world of business with barter. The Saturn Barter Company, located in Tacoma, is one of the most beneficial business decisions you can make. Using Saturn Barter, you are able to sell your products or services to other members of the exchange. You can then use that credit you've built up from your sales to purchase the products or services you or your company needs from other companies within Saturn Barter, all without the use of cash. Contact and join Saturn Barter Club today, 253-212 9930 or online at SaturnBarter.com.
Is your vehicle needing some attention? Take it over to Maddie's Tuning and Shoreline for fast, affordable car care. Trusted, professional. Maddie's services all makes and models and has been trusted in the Puget Sound for almost 60 years. Call Brian Maddie at 206-364-3347 or stop by his convenient location in Shoreline right on Aurora at 152nd. Maddie's Tuning. Call 206-364-3347. Trusted for almost 60 years to keep you safe and on the road.
Brides, do you want your big day to be stress-free, perfect, and stay within your budget? Well, Brides Club has all the inside information to make your dream a reality. Go to bridesclub.com. That's bridesclub.com. See upcoming bridal shows and events, view wedding vendors and special offers. And don't miss The Spotlight, the premier online wedding magazine with valuable articles you can't afford to miss. Brides Club helps make your wedding stress-free and perfect. Go to bridesclub.com. Check out bridesclub.com.
Clay Radio, your conversation station. KLAY Lakewood, Tacoma on 1180 AM.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back live in the studio here in Seattle. I'm with my co-host, Mr.
Brad Buckles.
And my infamous co-host,
Becka Page.
excellent producer,
Eric C.C. Ryder.
This is Johnny the Capo. You're listening to Viva ENT.
Not Johnny Creel today.
Oh, you know about Johnny Creel, huh?
Yeah, what happened to Creole?
I like Johnny Creel. Don't get me started, fellas. Meanwhile, I got one of my favorite pals and buddies on the air right now, Mr. Eddie Redman from Grand Event Rentals. Eddie, say hello to our listeners.
Hello, listeners. Hello, gang.
Hello, how are you? Won't you tell me your name?
Good afternoon, Seattle.
Yeah, I'm doing great.
Well, we saw you last night, and you look great.
Really? Well, you know what? Makeup and combing your hair can help a lot.
I would say so. Yeah. Well, I comb my hair all the time. I'm pretty. I want to make sure my hair looks perfect 90% of the time.
Yep.
Yep. Oh yeah.
So for Eddie, those of you who don't know you, we're at Grand Event Rentals. You've got a warehouse, but also a big showroom over in Bellevue on the east side.
Yes, sir.
Tell
you can
me.
drop in any time.
Yep. Tell me what you're showcasing this time of the year.
You know, a lot of it's holiday parties, corporate especially, more of cocktail receptions, heavy hors d'oeuvres. You know, the silvers, greens, and reds are still probably the most popular. There's some gold thrown in there.
Yep.
You know, the metal colors are still pretty strong.
Yep.
You know, they came on strong in the fall, and they've been carrying through, and I think you'll see more of that. Just, you know, I guess, you know, here around the Northwest, we want to call it dressed-down elegance, not over-the-top elegance, but,
Right.
you know.
Now, a lot of corporations are throwing pretty significant parties this time of year, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
A lot of people are saying that kind of the business is kind of down since the shift in the economy, but we're finding and we're hearing from a lot of people that it's actually bigger and bigger.
It's bigger in the sense, I think there's more parties. I think it's smaller in the sense that these big companies aren't saying, hey, let's get 2,000 people together
Yes.
and
That's
do
exactly
something over
right.
the top, and we got to bring in full entertainment and everything.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're making it a little more intimate. You know, even different departments do their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
But
just
decor
kind of
is
making it a
certainly-
little more, you know, where you get to know your fellow workers outside of work.
Sure. But decor is certainly a big part of that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Dress it, you know, especially when you're going to some of these hotels and stuff, it's like you want to dress it up and make it look different because it looks the same 90% of the time, and it's like, who wants to go into a hotel or this venue?
And it
You know,
still
but
looked
with
like a
lighting
conference room.
Yeah, with lighting and curtains, you can change something into a winter wonderland that looked like a wooden lodge at one point. So,
Sure. Well, we took a very basic room last night and turned it into a winter wonderland with the silvers and the whites and the
yeah,
blue.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, you know, just a simple thing in there was the silver trees uplit with a blue light.
Yeah.
You know, it's a relatively easy thing to do because sometimes people just get scared by the whole decor plan of, you know, it's thousands of dollars.
Right.
But
So
you could do a corner. You could do just the front of the stage, you know, without breaking the bank.
So if you're going to put together a list of things that the average person throwing a holiday party this year could do, they could come over to your place, of course, and get many ideas. But what are maybe the top 5 easiest things they could do at a holiday party, whether it be their home or their office?
I'd say lighting.
Okay, lighting is one.
Then throw something that's going to reflect that light, whether it's a sheer fabric that absorbs it, a silver tree like we had last night, a gold tree.
Which basically was just spray-painted dead tree, right?
Yes.
Yep,
yes.
okay.
Yeah. They're actually fake. We carry fake ones that are actually like wrought iron. But, yes, same kind of thing. And the other thing I say is you mix it up with your food and drink.
Okay.
One of the things I've seen, like just a simple thing I've seen trending is people using the blue cuvee, which is like a champagne, but it's blue.
Right.
And mixing that into a drink to just create a different look.
Yeah, just to have a theme.
Yeah, instead of, standard champagne, here's turkey and ham and this, it's like mix it up with something like maybe bison thrown in there or something. Just try to do something to kind of get people out there. And then some form of throw some entertainment in there, but not something like, a magician or something. Maybe just a background trio. Or maybe you bring in an a cappella, group singing Christmas carols.
Yeah, kind of like Emmanuel Cassell last night at the Mixer.
Exactly.
It was a very elegant, classy
Bass and a
background.
saxophone. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah.
It was nice. There was no vocals. It was just nice background music, kind of soft, but...
That's what you want when people are trying to talk and mingle, no question.
Now, what about for centerpieces or for, like, aisle runners?
Well, we're doing table runners.
Okay.
A fair amount. You still see, like, the burlap and stuff, which is now in different colors, kind of coming on. We also have some stuff like, they hold a simple flower arrangement. Or it doesn't even have to be flowers. It could be anything. But they're like a wood, like a birch-sided vase.
Okay.
Something that's not, glass and over the top. The table runners. Maybe even just throwing some, like even as simple as some Christmas balls in there.
So for those of us that are like overwhelmed with this whole DIY idea that's taken over the country in the last couple of years, you could get a DIY flair by coming into your store and wanting to do it yourself, but actually rent some of these products so it doesn't look handmade.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And do they usually get a pretty good sense of accomplishment when at least they've put it together themselves?
They do. You get people that go to Pinterest and they see these things that are over the top and crazy, and you're talking $150 a person. But if you really come in with something, what are a couple simple things we could do to dress it up? Maybe something as simple as a little s'more station where you're cooking the mushrooms over a saute burner. Or, the marshmallows over a saute burner. Or even just an open, I've seen it done with an open sterno can.
Okay.
But you dress up the whole s'more station with 3 kinds of chocolate, 4 kinds of marshmallows, and all kinds of things. Another simple thing I thought of for the holidays that I've seen done is you have a drink, but it's got a hollow straw candy cane. So it's a true candy cane, but you're drinking the drink through the straw of the candy.
That's kind of fun.
So
and then they get the sense of DIY because they're able to do it and kind of get a flair for playing decor.
And sometimes just talking to the people and saying, what's the feel you want? What are you trying to do? Let's hang some lights from this one wall. And you can do a photo op or something, maybe a photo booth.
Now, of course, New Year's Eve is around the corner. How many demands are you going to get for New Year's Eve this year?
We do a fair amount, but New Year's Eve does tend to be one where people go out. Mm-hmm. Not so much they do their own home, although I got 3 or 4 that I know of for sure. I'm sure we have way more than that, but 3 or 4 that I've worked on with clients already, where one of them is throwing it as a combination engagement party / New Year's party.
Well, that's fun.
And they're bringing in a dance floor, and they're going to have 100 people in a house that doesn't fit 100 people, so we've got to throw a tent up outside. But,
sure. Now, what kind of demand do people have as far as they need a 3-day window, they need a 2-week window? What's preferred here?
You really, once you get it down, you need to be doing it as far out as possible. Ideally, you want to be doing some of this a month. You can narrow it down in numbers 2 weeks out once you know your RSVP.
But for those of us that are hearing this program today or will be in the next couple of days, if they want some last-minute decor, this showroom has all kinds of available ideas.
Oh, yeah. Or just, even go online and get a couple good ideas and come in and see what you can rent to kind of tie into that idea. You know, we're not going to go down a road where we have tons of stuff of all kinds of different things, because it's got to be items that are popular.
Okay.
You know, somebody wants a mushroom centerpiece. We're not going to have mushrooms. You know, it's an odd thing. But like the wood things, we have wood slabs you can set stuff on. We have those wood vases that we were talking about. And, you know, the wood in the Northwest kind of ties together.
And how many people come in with what they know they want as opposed to just kind of some ideas?
You know, it's probably about 30-40% come in with ideas and pictures.
Okay.
The other part comes in and tends to play with it. Even simple things like they might have the ribbon, they might have their ties for the napkin, but they want to see the tablecloth with the china and the glassware on it.
Gotcha.
Because that green with that red doesn't always work, or that silver with that gray.
Well, Eddie, we got about 1 minute left. Why don't you tell our listeners how they can get a hold of you, what's going on with your website, and all your contact information?
Well, you can go to the website and even request a quote, just submit it that way, at least get them a budget going. It's grandrents.com.
Cool.
And we have everything online with pictures. So that'll get you started right away.
Yeah, it's a good website you got.
They can always call 425-462-7368. And really, our staff are party planners. That's really what they do, to help people from the novice to the advanced planners walk through an event and what you can do to make it, you know, a success. It's all those, you know, it's not one big thing. It's all those little things that just make the event.
Always a pleasure to have you on the show, Eddie. You know, my strongest statement that I can say is, ladies and gentlemen, please trust the pros. Please trust the pros.
There you go. I agree.
All right, Eddie. Talk to you soon. You're the greatest. I love you.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Okay, man.
All right. Bye.
Now, Eric, are we going to go to commercial, or are we going to hear a little snippet of Narvel's song?
Well, let's hear a little bit of Narvel's song as we go to break.
This is also the theme song of the Alex Ward 50s show that's on Sirius Radio, the 50s channel.
Well, pink and black clothes was the fad, and oh, what a real gone time we had when we had all those rockabilly way back in the pink and black days. Well, I remember Elvis played at the B&B at Gobbler, Missouri, so did Jerry Lee and me, and we had all those rockabilly.
Dr. Amanda Wong and the team at Art of the Smiles provides comprehensive dental services at affordable prices. Their convenient location in Federal Way and their extended hours fits the needs of both families and working professionals. Whether it's transforming your smile through some of their cosmetic therapies or simply having your teeth cleaned, Art of the Smiles provides individualized care plans that address your priorities and needs. Visit artofthesmiles.com or call 253-839-4048. That's 253-839-4048 for same-day scheduling. Most insurance is accepted, from cosmetic procedures to implant placement, molar root canals treatment, or wisdom teeth extractions.
Brides, do you want your big day to be stress-free, perfect, and stay within your budget? Well, Brides Club has all the inside information to make your dream a reality. Go to bridesclub.com. That's bridesclub.com. See upcoming bridal shows and events, view wedding vendors and special offers. And don't miss The Spotlight, the premier online wedding magazine with valuable articles you can't afford to miss. Brides Club helps make your wedding stress-free and perfect. Go to bridesclub.com. Check out bridesclub.com. Attention business owners. Experience a new world of business with barter. The Saturn Barter Company, located in Tacoma, is one of the most beneficial business decisions you can make. Using Saturn Barter, you are able to sell your products or services to other members of the exchange. You can then use that credit you've built up from your sales to purchase the products or services you or your company needs from other companies within Saturn Barter, all without the use of cash. Contact and join Saturn Barter Club today, 253-212-9930, or online at SaturnBarter.com.
Is your vehicle needing some attention? Take it over to Maddie's Tuning and Shoreline for fast, affordable car care. Trusted, professional. Maddie's services all makes and models and has been trusted in the Puget Sound for almost 60 years. Call Brian Maddie at 206-364-3347 or stop by his convenient location in Shoreline right on Aurora at 152nd. Maddie's Tuning. Call 206-364-3347. Trusted for almost 60 years to keep you safe and on the road. It's frustrating when your car won't start or just won't go, or you're locked out of your car and need to be somewhere. All Day Towing will take the frustration out of the situation with 24-hour service 7 days a week. They'll tow your vehicle safely to where it needs to go. Plus, they strive to reach you within 25 minutes of your call. When you need a tow, call All Day Towing at 206-695-2615. or 425-457-7788 for Eastside customers. All Day Towing. We'll be there. We promise.
Life's a celebration. Grand Event Rentals makes your event their top priority. They are your full-service, special event, and party rental provider, supplying everything you need from start to finish. Their professional sales team and event staff work with you to create your dream event. With every event, Grand Event Rentals customers' needs are the most important. Whether you're planning an intimate outdoor wedding or an elaborate black tie gala, the Grand Event Rental specialists make great pride in providing our event planning experience to help create an unforgettable event. Please go and visit the Bellevue showroom, Grand Event Rentals, or make a one-on-one appointment. Talk to them. They're trained, they're knowledgeable, they're event specialists, and they are going to take you through step-by-step everything that you need to make your day a success. Call Grand Event Rentals. Their number is 425-462-7368, or go to grandeventrentalslaw.com.
Clay Radio, your conversation station. KLAY Lakewood, Tacoma on 1180 AM.
In the pink and black days, yeah, there was pink and black, a Pintail Cadillacs, yellow sun records from Memphis was slapped back.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Viva ENT live in Seattle. I'm here in the studio. This is Johnny the Capo, my co-host, Mr.
Brad Buckles,
and my excellent producer.
C.C. Ryder. Enjoying that Narvel Feltz tune, Pink and Black Days, as we came back in.
You know, actually, that is the theme song for Alex Ward's Sirius radio show.
Awesome.
Yeah, and
Alex, of course, has been on the show before.
Oh, yes, Alex is a great guest.
Thanks to our buddy Jerry Osborne.
Jerry Osborne, say hi to our listeners.
Well, hello, everyone. Narvel may not have realized it, but up until now, we've just been talking on the phone, but now we're really on the air.
Now we're on the air, Narvel.
Good to be on the air with all of you today.
I hope I said your name right, Narvel.
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 Thanks for joining us, Narvel.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
You know, we're going to let Jerry start the interview out with you, Narvel, because he knows you. So, Jerry, take it away.
Well, as we were talking about just a moment ago, although listeners didn't hear it, about 45 years ago, Narvel called me looking for a record titled Coming Down with Love by Mel Gadson, and I had the record, and I sent it to him, and he had intended to record it, but as he explained to me, he took it to the studio with him, and the producer at that time didn't want to do it then or wanted to take it home and listen to it or something. So anyway, he took the record, and Narvel never saw it again. And to this day, he's never gotten that record back again. So what I was about to say then, when we had to stop and go live, is that next week, when you go to the Rockabilly Hall of Fame event, our good buddy Alex Ward will be there, and at my request, he is burning a copy of that for you, and he will hand it to you personally next week.
Oh,
well, I'll be looking forward to that, and that'll be this Saturday afternoon, actually, then.
Well, it's going to be great. What's the nature of that event?
I think it's just kind of a reception. Henry Harrison called me and said he just wanted some of his inductees to come, and then where the public could come in and meet them and so forth. And it's not like I'm going to do a concert there.
Yeah.
So he said Stan Perkins would have his guitar and have a stage set up over in the corner.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun. Well, anyway, I want to know if you do record that, and I'm going to want to hear it. So, you and I and that song have a long connection, so I'm anxious to see what happens.
You told me the other day that when I called you, that would have been in 1975. So that would be
that's right.
40 years ago.
40 years ago, right.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes, and while my current hit was Funny How Time Slips Away.
It certainly was, and one of your biggest, too.
Yes, I was fortunate enough to have the highest and longest charting version of that song.
Well, I will tell everyone that Narvel has over 40 charted hits, to his credit, going back to Honey Love in 1960 and all the way to the one we just heard, Pink and Black Days. I mean, this guy has done it all, and all kinds of music, and my goodness, he started out sounding like Buddy Holly, and then he sounded more like Narvel Phelps.
Well, if I sounded like Buddy Holly, it was before I'd heard of Buddy Holly.
Yeah,
right.
Yes, because he wasn't even known at that time, not widely anyway.
Narvel, I'm a singer-musician myself, and I've been including Ain't It Funny How Time Slips Away in my repertoire for the last, 30 years. I love singing the song and performing the song.
You.
It's a great, great song.
It is a great song, and I'm thankful that my record did as well as it did.
Yeah, and I would have to say that and certainly Reconsider Me were probably your two biggest hits.
Well, Reconsider Me definitely was my biggest hit.
Yeah, that got up to number 2, didn't it?
Yes. In fact, it went to number 1 everywhere except the Billboard weekly chart.
Well,
number two,
who
number
had
two
the nerve to be crowding you out?
And so I'm very grateful for that.
Well, guys, here's something you might be interested in. In Pink and Black Days, written by our good buddy Narvel Phelps, he makes references to some things that I know will interest you, Johnny, because you're a fan of the early days of the Sun Studio and the music made by people like that. And so in the lyrics, he refers to such things as Elvis and him at the BB in Joplin, Missouri. So tell us a little bit about that memory.
Yeah, tell us about the BB.
Well, there was a place called the B&B Club at Gobbler, Missouri.
Gobbler.
Which was just a little, very small village, actually, in southeastern Missouri. But everybody used to play there. Elvis played there a couple of times. Jerry Lee played there, and I also was playing there in 1956.
Wow.
And so Elvis's shows were in 55, and Jerry Lee was there in 56.
Wow.
If you listen closely on that verse, I said, I remember Elvis played at the B&B in Gobbler, Missouri.
Right.
So did Jerry Lee and me.
Right.
I don't say that I was there with them at the same time.
Right.
Okay, likewise, you talk about a drive-in in Dexter with Roy Orbison, Eddie Bond, and you. Tell us about that.
Well, we were all three there at that one. That was August 7th, 1956.
Wow.
And I opened the show for Roy Orbison and Eddie Bond. And it was on top of the concession stand at that drive-in theater.
Wow.
You know, a 1956 is probably one of the most notable years in pop history. You know, 1956, 1964. But you were there, right there, with that explosion when music changed overnight. Tell us about the way you felt and the way it affected your career, Narvel.
Oh, that was what I kind of stumbled into the music business in very early 1956.
Really?
Yes, I entered a high school talent contest and won it and got a radio show. And then I met Jerry Mercer, who had a band that was playing a circuit around southeast Missouri and northeast Arkansas and southern Illinois. And he wound up hiring me. And so all of a sudden, rather than chopping cotton and picking cotton by hand, I was out playing music almost every night.
Oh.
And it was during that period of time that we had that opportunity to open for Roy Orbison and Eddie Bond.
So in 1956, you were in high school?
I had just finished my 11th grade in high school when Jerry Mercer hired me.
Oh, so you're like 17, 18 years old.
I was 17.
Yeah.
And Roy, without me asking him to, went back to Memphis and told them they should give me a listen. And so I wound up with an audition with them a couple of weeks later.
And that was a little bit before Roy, you're talking about Roy Orbison, right?
Yeah.
That was a little bit before he exploded, correct?
Well, Ooby Dooby was out in 56, so he could have had that out at that time.
Yeah.
Ooby Dooby was out at that time, and it was a big hit locally. I know it got in the Billboard chart.
Right.
But around our part of the country, it was really big.
But what was Roy's, because we're going to have Roy Orbison's son on next week. What was Roy's first smash?
I'm sorry?
What was Roy's first big smash? Was it Only the Lonely?
The one that really broke him through big?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Only the Lonely.
1960.
1960, yeah.
So basically Roy kind of went from 56 to 1960 without being nationally known. Is that correct, Jerry?
Well, it is, yes. He continued to record. He had several records on Sun. He also recorded a couple of songs for RCA, and they were very good songs, too. And then he had one on Monument before Only the Lonely that most people don't know, called Paperboy. So he was recording. He just didn't have one that really clicked. And so Only the Lonely just broke down the doors, and you know the rest.
And then he had that what was that little kid song where he was it was like a baby booper or something. You remember that one?
Not from that.
No, okay. That was that Roy Orbison?
I'm not sure.
I'm not familiar with that.
You threw us a curve there, Johnny.
Baby Booper Boogie or something.
Oh, Babysitting Boogie.
Yeah.
No, that's Buzz Clifford.
Oh, okay. I'm way off.
Well, that's why you have me.
There you go.
That's why I have Miss the Big O.
Okay, Narvel, also in Pink and Black Days, then, the third one, where you're flashing back to the good old days, you talk about the Casa Loma Ballroom in St. Louis and playing with or also separately with Gene Vincent and the Blue Caps. Now, were you all together, or was that separate?
Well, we were all there that night. I didn't actually play that night, but I heard that Gene Vincent and the Blue Caps would be at the Casa Loma Ballroom in St. Louis, and I had the night off, so my buddy Jerry Tuttle, who played saxophone, steel guitar, and piano for me, we drove up to St. Louis, and actually the owner of the Casa Loma took us back to the dressing room, and Gene and I had a really good visit that night, and it surprised me so much that he knew who I was. He had heard my first Mercury record, Kiss Me Baby.
And Foolish Thoughts.
Yeah, but he had heard Kiss Me Baby in Des Moines, Iowa.
Oh.
And so that really surprised me.
I love Foolish Thoughts. I thought that should have been a hit, too.
Well, thank you so much. The label wound up, I think, mostly promoting the Kiss Me Baby side, and it did well in a couple of places like Flint, Michigan, and Poplar Bluff, Missouri, and places like that, but didn't get in the national chart.
Oh.
May I tell you what I think is your most underrated record of all time?
What's that?
I love this record so much. Dream World.
Really?
I'm living in a dream world. Oh, that's so great with the Anita Kerr singers.
Sounds like
well, thank you. Everybody did a great job on that record except me.
No, it's a smash, really. It should have been. I mean, that's so perfect and such a wonderful record.
Well, thank you. I look back on it now, and I don't like the way I sung it, you know. And,
well, I don't want to hear that. I think you did a great job.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
A lot of people may not know that even though you were doing things back in the good old days that we're talking about, you're still touring and performing. And I happen to know that about 6 or 7 weeks ago, you were touring and performing in England.
That's right. I headlined the Hemsby Rock and Roll Weekender, the 55th Hemisphere Rock and Roll
Now,
Weekend.
what year was that, Narvel?
Now, this year.
That was
Just now.
Yeah.
in October of this year.
Oh my God! Isn't it fascinating how England is still into the that style of music? They're still into the rockabilly. Elvis's latest album just went #1 in England. It's fascinating.
Yeah, it is very much so. And to coincide with my appearance there, a label in England called Stomper Time compiled and released a 30-track CD by me that had some of the radio recordings from 1956 and some of the Sun, some Mercury, some Pink, and some, like, for instance, like Pink and Black Days. And there's a couple of magazines over there that really that devote themselves to that type of music. And the following month, my CD was #1 in one of them and #3 in the other one.
That's got to be pretty cool. We're going to play a little snippet of the song that Jerry was just talking about right now, so our listeners can hear it.
Oh, great.
And then we'll let you know what we think about if you're too critical of yourself.
I give it a
10.
Okay, thank you.
Here we go, folks.
I'm living in a dream world, floating on a cloud, seeing stars the whole day through. The man in the moon couldn't be more proud than I am since I've met you. There's love in every blossom that grows on the trees, love in every little breeze that blows. The wonders all about me, the love I have for you, make up this dream world I know.
Okay, there's no question that it's a quality song and your voice sounds marvelous.
Oh, yes.
Well, thank
That
you.
should have been a smash.
Actually, it sounded better than I remembered it sounded.
Well, you're
and
definitely.
you can't beat the Anita Kerr Singers.
Oh, yeah, the Anita Kerr Singers were great, and then that was my band playing on that, and Chet Atkins was playing rhythm guitar with us.
I can tell.
Came out in January of '58, and when I was DJing on oldies format stations in the 70s and even later, I used to play that regularly. I mean, I played that like it was a current hit because I thought people should know about it, and a lot of people learned about it, I'm sure, from that.
Well, from the first note, there's no question that the Stray Cats listened to that song a million times.
Well, I hope they did, and
there's no question.
Something else, too. Chet Atkins played rhythm guitar on that. That was my guitar player, Leon Barnett, playing the tremolo lead guitar.
Yeah, that tremolo guitar was
you hadn't
cool.
heard that tremble sound at that time. And in 2 or 3 months later,
everybody's doing it.
The Everly Brothers, All I Have to Do Is Dream,
correct,
started out with that, and Chet Atkins was playing lead guitar on that one.
Yeah, Chet Atkins was all over the place in those days.
Yes, he was, but all of us were coming to the same studio that he was at RCA Studio
Correct.
B in Nashville.
Correct.
At the time.
Any Studio B stories that you can recall that would be fascinating?
Studio B in Nashville is a legendary studio. There's
Yeah,
no question.
that's why I asked him.
Well, no, I don't have anything that I can think of that would... I did a few sessions there, and then later on, after I had Drift Away, and it was a country smash in 1973, I did my When Your Good Love Was Mine album in Studio B in Nashville, and When Your Good Love Was Mine was a top 10 hit for me, went to 14 in Billboard.
Cool, very cool.
And so I did do some recording in Studio B again in 1973 and 74.
Well, Jerry and I, we love the chart statistic type thing. So it's really cool that you know where your records charted and where they were. I think that's really cool.
That is, not many people do that. In fact, a lot of times people don't even remember things that they recorded.
Well, I think I remember probably most of the ones that I did. I believe so.
Well, then you can answer this question with no problem. We all know Loretta, right?
Right.
It's her voice that is on your answering machine when someone calls and it picks up.
That's right.
Now, did Loretta precede your song, Loretta, or was that done after she came into the picture?
In 1962, I was playing at a place called the Twin Gables in Blytheville, Arkansas, and this beautiful young lady walked in the door, and she looked like she'd stepped off the silver screen. And so I was looking at her, and then she came up to the bandstand and requested "You Don't Know Me." And so I sung it and put everything I had in it.
Are you talking about the "You Don't Know Me" song?
Yeah. Eddie Arnold, Elvis, Letty Welch,
Ray Charles,
Becka Page.
And I got a date with her the following week, and we dated for 7 weeks before we were married, and during that time, the day I took her out to meet my parents, I sung that song to her. I had written it since I met her.
That's incredible.
Well, I like it even more now that I know the sequence of events that preceded it.
Well, thank you so much.
Our buddy Matt Lucas told me a fragment of a story that he wanted me to mention to you and maybe have you elaborate on. And I don't remember exactly how it went, but it has something to do with beating out a melody or something on the hood of a car.
Oh, yes.
What's this about?
Well, when I found out I was going to go down to Sun Records, Matt was and I've been pals since way back then, and we were driving down a gravel road in my green '42 Chevy, and he said, "Hey man, here's a song you ought to take down to Sun when you go." And he tapped out the rhythm and sung all the verses to me of "My Babe."
Oh my gosh!
And so I did do that for Sun.
This is a Little Walter song.
Yes, although I hadn't heard his version of it.
Don't stand no cheating, my babe.
I had up where I lived in Missouri. What I had heard was the country records that had been out prior to that.
That's a great record, My Babe.
And so we did do My Babe.
Cool. Narvel.
And I also played. Matt played drums for me from 1960 up until 63, and then in 62 I had played on his "I'm Moving On," which became a hit in 1963.
I heard that. I heard it. Mm-hmm.
And so I went on the road and played guitar for him for a while.
That's cool.
That's a turnaround.
That's a good story. We're almost out of time, fellas. Narvel, tell our listeners how they can hear you. What you got going on YouTube. I know you got all kinds of stuff on YouTube.
Well, actually, he doesn't. I mean, there are things there, but Narvel is not a computer guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not a computer guy, but there are things there. I know that there's me singing my country hit "Somebody Hold Me" for the cast at Country Family Reunion from 2010, and all of those Grand Ole Opry stars giving me a standing ovation at the end of it. That was quite a thrill.
Yeah,
I know there's a lot of video of you on YouTube, though.
I believe so.
Including the October concert this year in England.
Cool. The whole concert is on there.
Yeah.
My daughter brought her phone over and showed me the birthday wishes that had come on, like on the computer. And one of the birthday wishes, it started playing when they introduced me on stage, and I walked on stage.
That's cool,
but
man.
I never have seen it back. I hope it turned out good.
Okay, fellas, we're going to wrap up. Narvel, thank you for having you on the show. would you please be kind enough to come back and visit us again sometime?
I would love to. Thank you so much for having me.
And on Saturday, you'll have Coming Down with Love.
All right. I like coming down with love. Jerry, thank you so much, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, give me a call or something, and I'll let you know about what we have coming up.
Cool.
Okay, thanks, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Viva ENT. What another great show here with these rock legends from the history of rock and roll. Cool. I'd like to thank my co-hosts. Everybody say goodbye. Bradley.
Good afternoon, Brad Buckles. We will see you next week.
And my co-host,
Becka Page.
Miss Becka Page. And
It's Eric C.C. Ryder saying we should go out with a little bit of You Don't Know Me from Narvel Films.
I like it.
That's
Let's
a good
do
way
it.
to end the day.
Johnny the Capo, we'll dig you now. See you later.
You give your hand to me, and then you say hello, and I can hardly speak. My heart is beating so, and anyone can tell. You think you know me well, but you don't know me.